Welcome to the Pima College ADR Video Informational Series. In this video, we will present some guidelines for creating PowerPoints that allow access for as many people as possible. This may include people who have disabilities, people who use access technologies, people who might be in a venue where there is glare or poor lighting, or are seated far from the screen, or viewing from a steep angle, or any other number of situations in which viewing conditions might be suboptimal. The primary source for this information is the American Printing House for the Blind. For more information, you can go to www.aph.org. In this video, we will talk about what to do and what to avoid when creating text, backgrounds, graphics, and slide layouts. We will also talk about how to make your PowerPoint accessible for people who use access technologies such as screen readers to view PowerPoints. So let's start with the rules for text. The first rule is use sans serif fonts such as Arial, Calibri, or Century Gothic, and avoid fonts with serifs such as Times New Roman, Georgia, and script-like fonts such as Monotype Corsiva. You will notice that the lines in sans serif fonts maintain even width, and the letters are unadorned, and the opposite is true for fonts with serifs and script-like fonts. The decorative elements in these fonts can make reading more difficult and fatiguing. Second, use at least 28-point font for all text, and at least 32-point for headings and titles. Of course, bigger is better in most cases. And smaller? Well, you can see for yourself, it just gets harder to read. Third, when you want to emphasize text, use bold or underlining, and avoid italics and shadowing effects, which, like script fonts, can be harder to see and read. Now let's look at layout. First, try to use 3 or fewer blocks of information. 1, 2, 3, and not more than 3. And don't use more than 6 lines of text in any one block. Also avoid putting information in multiple columns, but if you feel you must use columns, use different colors for each. Now let's look at some rules for graphics. Try to use different patterns to distinguish between graphical elements, as opposed to using color, and avoid using color as the sole way to convey information. Now let's look at backgrounds. For backgrounds, it's best to use one that offers good contrast with text, and conversely, avoid colors that have low contrast with the background. Also, avoid patterning or graphics or solid grays and blues in the background, which can compete with and/or camouflage text or be fatiguing. Finally, there may be some people who cannot see the PowerPoint and want to have access to what you are projecting. In this case, they may request a copy of your PowerPoint so that they can view the information through their computer or personal device using access technologies. In order to help ensure that the information in your PowerPoint will be accessible for people who use these technologies, start by using the slide templates found under the New Slide drop-down menu in the ribbon. Any text should be typed directly, and avoid cutting and pasting. And if you're using tables, charts, graphics, or pictures and photographs, or videos, insert them using the tools built into the slide and represented by icons in the content area. When you are done entering your content, you can check your PowerPoint's accessibility for those using access technology by going to File, Info, Check for Issues, Check Accessibility. Think of it as a spell checker for assistive technology compatibility. When you use the accessibility checker, a list of errors, warnings, and tips will appear. When you select any of the items in the list, the program will take you to the item in the PowerPoint that needs to be addressed for accessibility. And in the additional information section, tell you why to fix it and how to fix it. You simply follow the steps in the How to Fix section to address the issue selected. The errors are the most urgent accessibility issues to address and must be fixed because they impact the ability of the user to even interact with the information. Those items identified as warnings or tips should be fixed as well, because by doing so you will be improving the user experience for those using assistive technologies. The error, warning, and tip hierarchy is not always completely accurate, because as you can see here, for the embedded video, Accessibility Checker indicates that ensuring captions is a tip, and yet here at the college, that is really an essential feature for all videos being shown to college audiences. Note also that this checker will not identify issues related to text size or font, background contrast, or patterning, and the like. Those features you will have to monitor manually. Thanks for watching, and thanks for your interest in Access for All.